Look at this chaotic swirl of data. In the modern economy, standing still feels exactly like this. The pressure to learn the newest AI tool, automate your workflow, and endlessly hustle is a constant swirling vortex. The default response is simply to grind harder. We sacrifice our mental health and burn out, trying to manually process every single technological update that hits our feed. The alternative is full retreat. We unplug entirely, seeking spiritual isolation in a quiet room, leaving ourselves completely vulnerable to financial irrelevance. You cannot survive today's landscape relying on an outdated analog workflow, and you certainly cannot enjoy the benefits of modern technology if your mind is shattered by anxiety. An AI trainer named Soundar in Tamil Nadu is testing a different approach. He merges the philosophical teaching of Parithal, or mind understanding, developed by Sri Bhagavat Aya, directly with advanced AI automation. Think of this as a dual operating system. You have to master both the internal software of your own mind and the external hardware of the machine simultaneously. This integration makes it possible to maintain a steady, functional mind while scaling a professional career in high-speed digital environments. The process starts on the back end. Sri Bhagavat Aya's framework centers on Agga Virutale. Agga Virutale translates to inner freedom, a psychological state where the mind stops resisting its own natural fluctuations and emotions. They call this the garden of the mind. Before you plant new seeds of technical knowledge, you have to pull the weeds of stress and internal friction that constantly drain your daily energy. This diagram illustrates the required 30-day timeline. Over 4 weeks of practicing Purital, the internal chaos untangles, establishing a calm baseline clarity. A mind wiped clean of that friction stops being reactive. It becomes a highly objective command center, perfectly optimized to process massive amounts of external data. Once the back end is secure, that command center directs its focus outward to the front end, the bleeding edge of artificial intelligence. This is where the output gets highly pragmatic. Students use tools to automate entire business systems, rapidly generate content, and scale their freelance income. Because the internal noise of anxiety has been muted, sitting down to learn complex, multi-step systems like ChatGPT workflows or personal branding architecture happens smoothly and without hesitation. A mind that doesn't fight itself directs the machine with precision. This allows technology to amplify specific outputs instead of contributing to the noise of daily stress. The proof of concept for this system lies in how Soundar applied it to his own teacher's legacy. Over his life, Sri Bhagavat Aya answered questions from thousands of people. The raw historical data included exactly 100,000 distinct spiritual questions and answers, plus an entire biographical history. All 100,000 data points were fed directly into modern LLMs, programs that measure word patterns to generate text, using tools like Google Notebook LM. The AI processed decades of raw conversations, outputting a highly organized, instantly searchable interactive database. They used the latest digital processing techniques to scale and preserve a method for finding mental clarity that has been practiced for decades. This project demonstrates the exact relationship we need to have with our tools. The AI is the worker. It is an infinitely scalable, tireless entity that handles all the heavy lifting and external execution. The liberated human mind, operating with Agga Virutale, steps into the role of the visionary CEO. It dictates the strategy and the creative direction without ever succumbing to emotional burnout. Thriving today requires knowing which software buttons to click, yes, but the real leverage comes from having the psychological sovereignty to command the machine in the first place. Building your own dual operating system, both the front end and the back end, can begin right now. To start clearing the mind, you can access the foundational Purithal teachings through the dedicated YouTube channels and join the active Aratai chat groups. Then, to integrate the technology, you can connect directly with Soundar's AI course through his official WhatsApp API number to learn how to build your own automated systems. Stop forcing yourself to choose between inner peace and external progress. Take the next 30 days and master both.